Every doctor has dealt with that patient that comes in with a list of things that they feel like they need to address at the same visit. Part of what we do is learning how to prioritize what is the most important issue at any given visit. So you'll hear me having that conversation with this patient who comes in with severe swelling in her legs and feet, but that becomes really the least of her issues. And so the nails are very long, but she's got a lot of other stuff going on. So enjoy the video and let us know in the comments what you think.
Afraid to go to the airport, afraid to be near an airplane.
I don't blame you.
I'm so vulnerable. Look at the size of me and the health of me.
Yeah.
So,
Do you know what your last hemoglobin A1C was?
it was 7.3.
Okay.
So,
Is that where it's kind of been hanging around?
yeah,
Okay.
I have some small clots in my lungs,
From what?
blood clots.
From what?
We don't know.
Okay.
I had a CAT scan right after I got back,
Okay.
and they picked it up. I also had an echo, which was basically normal,
Okay. So they don't know where these clots are coming from?
probably the legs,
Okay.
and especially the left leg gets so swollen. And I wear these TED stockings.
Well, TED stockings are not going to do you any good. You need something way stronger than that.
Oh, they're pretty strong, Judy.
Do you mean compression stockings, or are you just calling them TEDs because they're compression stockings?
The
or?
ones off the roll from the doctor's office.
Okay, yeah, those I don't think are going to be strong enough. Have you had a vascular workup in the last few years to see if there's anything they can do inside with the vessels to kind of help this a little?
No. And they also just gave me oxygen,
Okay.
and I don't think it's doing any good. I walk 2 inches and I'm out of breath.
Okay.
And then it takes a really long time to subside.
Do you have it with you here?
No, I left it home. I had been using, I don't think it's really doing anything. And
Well, do you have a pulse oximeter at home to measure the level of oxygen in your blood?
I don't know.
The thing you put on your finger, like
I
a
have
clip?
had it. That was pretty normal.
So when you're on the oxygen, it shows that your blood you've got a good saturation level?
I guess. But I don't know. I don't know if Darcy knows that. She has familiarity with using the system.
Okay.
But first of all, I hardly feel it coming. And in addition, I still huff and puff. So
Are we able to move this over my tray a little bit, over this way? There you go.
she is here. Are we on sound too?
We are, but that's okay, because people are usually quite grateful when people talk about stuff like this. So
Well, Darcy trimmed my nails a couple of times.
that's your helper?
Yeah,
Okay.
but mostly,
Now we're gonna get these thinned out and short for you.
good.
So who is kind of the point person for what's going on? Who's your primary?
Her name is
Which clinic?
Health Partners.
Okay.
It's the clinic with the women. They're all women doctors.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of the name.
That's all right. I can find her. So she's kind of running point on everything that's going on?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this right leg is pretty red.
I know.
It's not hot to touch.
And it's red from halfway down the calf.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I even refer to it as black. But
No, it isn't black. That would be a big problem.
right.
But there are some things that might help that. But, I mean, it's not infected, but,
Well, she massages it periodically after a shower or something,
okay.
or putting lotion on. What were you gonna suggest?
Well, I was going to suggest that we either get you into a lymphedema clinic or that we have you evaluated by one of the vascular people that we work with, because sometimes they can do a simple procedure that will close off some of these veins that aren't working very well, and that can make a big difference with the swelling. And it's an outpatient procedure, and they do everything through the vessel. So there's no
Where are they
stripping or...
located?
Well, there's a couple different ones that I work with. One is in Edina, and one is in St. Louis Park. So if that's something that if that's something you'd like to pursue,
Perhaps.
okay, so do you want me to make arrangements then to have an evaluation done?
I need to have an office that is really easily accessible.
Both of these are.
I have so much trouble.
Mhm.
First of all, we're hoping to get a wheelchair, and a wheelchair that is manual, not only because of the difficulty in moving around a motorized one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Darcy's willing to push it,
Okay.
but even here, I mean, I'm just parked right across from the door and I could hardly make it into the office.
Well, we have a wheelchair here, just so you know.
Oh, you do have, Darcy asked and I said I doubt it.
No, we do.
Bless you.
Salute.
Yeah.
So we can help get you back out.
Okay, good.
Now, she was in Arizona with you?
Yep,
That's a nice gig.
yep. She's terrific, and I had someone else from their group with me. How do those nails look? Do they look thick?
They look thick and kind of crumbly, but we're going to smooth them all down and thin them out a little bit.
But they're not something that really concerns you?
No, I think you have much bigger pressing issues
Oh, goody.
than thick toenails. So we'll get them thinned out and we'll get you back on a regular schedule here.
Good.
And then we can certainly get you the referral to the vascular people.
I have an appointment next week with a pulmonary person,
Okay,
and
all right.
I also have to get to an eye doctor. My doctor retired.
Who did you see?
What?
Who was your eye doctor?
Her name was
Yeah, she and I went kayaking on Saturday.
Really?
Yep,
She's fabulous.
she is.
And I was so sorry to learn she had retired. And I don't think I want to find somebody new in that office because it's difficult for me to get to.
Right, so there's a great clinic right upstairs from us.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name?
West Metro.
West Metro? Because my doctor had mentioned Minneapolis Metro Consultant or something like that over near Ridgedale.
I mean, I'm sure there's lots of really good ones.
And I need someone because of the diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a person in particular you recommend?
I do. Actually, I'll give you her name on the way out.
Okay. Oh. How's your daughter?
She's doing great.
Where is she?
She's living at home right now.
Working?
Yep, she's in between jobs. ready when we're done. Here.
Okay. How do you know Marion?
Our kids went to school together for a while.
I would think she's a bit older than you.
Right. And they adopted when they were a little bit older, so the kids are the same age as mine. Her kids are from Korea.
And did they go to school in St. Paul?
No.
I thought your daughter went to St. Paul.
Nope.
You know, our daughter is an outdoor guide, and she has done kayaking expeditions
Up in the Boundary Waters?
in the Boundary Waters and also in Cabo,
And where?
down off of Mexico.
Oh, Cabo San Lucas. Nice.
This winter, when it was so cold, she actually guided a trip in the Boundary Waters.
All right, that's gonna feel so much better.
Good.
So here's the thing, you know, although we could get you connected with the vascular people, I'm wondering if maybe we shouldn't hold off until you get all your lung stuff managed.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it all at the same time. I mean, that's a lot to have on your plate all at once.
Well, I have the lung stuff coming up. That's already scheduled.
Okay?
So, and he's going to evaluate the oxygen used. Do you need to attack this on the bottom here?
Yeah, I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Because that was the one thing the diabetes doctor stopped on.
Yep. All right, so we're just gonna kind of rearrange here for a minute.
Pressure.
Right here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not plantar fasciitis. That's because you don't have much fat padding here. And I'm pushing right up against the bone there.
And that's what hurts so much. That's why
Okay.
the slippers that I wear, I have to have some kind of padding in it.
Right. I'm gonna make a recommendation. If you can keep those slippers on, then there's something I'm gonna recommend for you to instead. That will give you the cushioning that you need, because you just don't have the natural cushioning there anymore.
That's because I'm so thin.
Well,
Yeah, so what are you recommending?
well, I'll give you, I'm gonna bring my computer in and I'll show you. There's a couple brands of,
Footwear?
yeah, they're like sandals that are really, really nice and squishy. Now this looks like it's a wart. Have you had this a long time here?
I was at the diabetes doctor shortly before I left Arizona, and she commented on it as a
Callus?
A callus.
Okay, so if I push right on that, does that hurt?
No,
If I pinch it side to side, does that hurt?
a little bit.
Okay. This, my dear, is a wart. It's not a callus. And so we're gonna be treating this, and then we're gonna be treating all the peeling on your other foot, which is a low-grade kind of athlete's foot infection. And we're gonna get you all fixed up. How does that sound?
It sounds like it's overwhelming.
I know. It won't be though, and we've got your aid to help. So I'm just gonna take away some of the callus under
You
here.
want her to come in here and?
In a minute, I will. Sorry, go ahead.
I had a pair of Birkenstock sandals
Mm-hmm.
where the platform is molded, you know, like
Okay,
to the foot,
foot
and
bed?
that felt comfortable,
okay,
even though it wasn't soft.
okay, yeah, and that will make a difference. Her name is Darcy.
Yes.
Do you mind just running out and grabbing her? Okay. So,
But I have had this sore in my heel for,
ever.
yeah,
Yeah, I bet. It's plantar fasciitis hurts here, not here. And plantar
that's-
fasciitis hurts with your first few steps, and then it gets better. So this is something different.
and I cannot go.
Hi, Darcy.
Hi.
Come on down here for a minute. I just want to show you something. Okay. So right now, you see how this has all this dry, scaly stuff
Yeah.
that you've probably been putting lotion on forever and it doesn't get better?
Yeah.
It's because it's athlete's foot. It's a fungal infection.
Oh, okay.
And it's a low-grade fungal infection, and how you can tell that it's been there for a really long time is that all the nails have fungal infection on them.
Oh, okay. I have had that too for a long time,
Right,
Judith.
right. And not that we're gonna get rid of it in the nails, but I think we should address what's going on the foot here.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the other thing is this thing right here,
Yeah.
that's a wart. It's not a callus.
Oh,
And-
last time she told us it was a.
She said a
Right.
callus.
Yeah, she did.
Well, it has callus over it,
But it's a wart.
but it is a wart. And so what we're gonna do
Okay.
right away. So I think let's hold off on getting a vascular evaluation.
That
okay?
was a suggestion she had.
But, okay, so the three things that we're gonna kind of switch up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna get you an athlete's foot medication that you're gonna put on here every single day,
Okay.
twice a day.
Okay.
And once this scaly skin looks like it's kind of resolved,
Okay.
you're gonna keep going for one more week.
Okay.
Second thing, and I'll write all this down,
Okay.
you gotta treat the shoes. Because if this athlete's foot has been in that shoe, even if we get rid of it on your foot, the minute you put that shoe back on and it gets nice and hot and sweaty in there, you're gonna reinfect yourself.
And that shoe is relatively new.
Okay, so, yeah, that won't be in the video. So we're gonna treat this athlete's foot. Now, it's not gonna get rid of the thick nails, but we will be able to get rid of this scaly skin. Okay, does it itch too?
No, I have
Okay.
very little feeling in my
Okay.
feet.
All right. Number 2.
More in this foot than this foot.
Okay, number 3, actually. So we're gonna hold off on the vascular evaluation for the swelling. Let's get your lungs managed first. Number 2, easy enough to treat the athlete's foot here. Number 3, the wart. Because if we don't treat the wart, it's gonna get bigger and then it's gonna spread into multiple warts. It's a virus in the skin,
Okay.
okay?
What are you treating it with?
Well, I think the best thing for you, given your not great circulation and your age and everything else going on, is that we should freeze it. Okay, and we're gonna do that every other week, and it's gonna be several visits. And so we're not gonna be able to start that for a few weeks,
Okay.
okay?
Alright.
Because if we just let this go, again, it's gonna get bigger, it's gonna spread. So we'll get rid of it now, but it's just gonna be a quick appointment every other week.
Okay.
And we'll go out, start like a month out, because I know I don't have anything available
Okay.
till toward the end of June.
Okay.
And then we're gonna get you an appointment, 2 weeks later appointment, 2 weeks later appointment, and we'll schedule out like 6 of them,
Okay.
okay?
Alright.
Then the last thing is, I'm going to recommend a different kind of, it's like a sandal that you can slip on
Okay.
around the house that has lots and lots of cushioning here, all right? And so, and it's rubber, so you can Lysol it, you can wash it with soap and water, you can do whatever you want to get rid of the athlete's foot on this sandal. Your slipper, if you wanted to wash it, you could do that, that would help, or you could spray some athlete's foot spray or powder inside,
Okay.
and that will help. So I'm gonna write all this down. And so we're gonna get you back on the schedule for about 3 months for nails.
Okay.
And then we're gonna take care of that wart once we can get every other week appointment set up for like 6 or 7 of them, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, any questions? I've done a lot of talking here.
No, my biggest concern is just my own mobility, getting myself out of my house, into the car. They do have a wheelchair. Who?
Yeah, we have a wheelchair here.
So she'll use it to get me back to the car. You will.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go kind of write all that up, and where do you want me to send the prescription for the, here's,
Walgreens,
which one?
the one at the house.
On 7 and Hopkins Cross Road.
Okay. There is another option for the wart if mobility really is an issue. There's a couple of creams. One of them is a skin cancer cream that you put on every day with a Band-Aid. And that would be a way for you not to have to come in every other week. It takes a long time to work, but it does work. And so if you would rather do that,
Schedule for it every other week.
okay,
You don't want the cream?
No, schedule for it every other week.
okay. All right.
Please.
Thank you for letting us do this video.